Star Wars Battlefront 2's modding community has really taken off. The amount of creativity and possibilities being produced for custom gameplay in Battlefront 2 are incredible, and there's 3 mods I've seen that, to me, really stand out because of how deeply rooted they are in Star Wars' history. They take you right back to Star Wars' beginnings, the origins of the franchise, and allow you to play as the what-if of Star Wars. Hey everyone, it's Andrew, and today I want to take a look at the top 3 Battlefront 2 mods ever made. These 3 mods stood out to me because of how unique and unexpected they were, and also because of how much I feel they add to Battlefront 2's cosmetics. And I'm not saying these are the absolute all-time best mods, these are just some personal favorites of mine I wanted to share with you guys because I think they really stand out. All 3 are cosmetic mods, skins for characters in the game which I think need to be brought to Battlefront 2 as official skins. So I'm going to go ahead and rank the 3 mods as well as give you a bit of history on where they came from. And then at the end of the video, I'd love to know how you'd rank these mods and what your favorite Battlefront 2 mods are. And you're definitely gonna want to see which one I put as number 1. It's the best. So stick around. So you might have noticed in the gameplay footage I've been showing, 2 of these mods have a close connection to one another. You might have seen this image before. This is original Star Wars concept art, designed way back in 1975 by an illustrator named Ralph McQuarrie. Number 3 on the list is Ralph McQuarrie's Darth Vader. This mod was designed by Somi, I think that's how you say your name, dude, and I think makes Vader look even more badass than he does originally. The attention to detail that's been taken with designing this skin is incredible. First thing I noticed is the lightsaber, which is shaped to look more like a sword. The original lightsabers in Ralph McQuarrie's designs are wider at the hilt and sharper at the tip. Seeing this brought to life in Battlefront 2 immediately grabbed me. This is awesome. In fact, I'm not sure McQuarrie's designs have ever been brought to life in such detail. George Lucas hired Ralph McQuarrie after having seen some of his space and aeronautical illustrations. Lucas wanted to see his script for the original Star Wars brought to life in images, so commissioned McQuarrie in 1975 to design some illustrations. And this concept art became hugely influential to Star Wars' look and feel, and to even get the film made. George Lucas used these illustrations to convince executives from 20th Century Fox to fund his movie, even though the executives were still skeptical of Star Wars. They weren't sure it was going to be successful, but these images helped change their minds. If it wasn't for these illustrations, Star Wars may have never been made. What a thought that is. Can you imagine a world without Star Wars? How different the world would be. Star Wars has influenced so much pop culture, filmmaking, everything. And I think it's incredible how little Darth Vader changed in appearance after this concept art. George Lucas told McQuarrie he wanted Vader to have samurai armor, wear a cape, and be spooky. Vader's helmet was originally designed to look like a Kabuto helmet with samurai influences, which you can see here in Battlefront 2. This version of Vader also wears chainmail as part of his armor. He feels combat ready and perhaps even more mobile than regular Vader. And it was McQuarrie that suggested Vader wear a breathing apparatus, as Lucas explained Vader needed to survive in the vacuum of space. Vader wears a spacesuit, a mask, helmet, cape, and his armor is black, all because of McQuarrie's concept art. Ralph McQuarrie was responsible for the design of Darth Vader, among other Star Wars characters. He created an early design of the Stormtrooper. C-3PO's design was based on the robot from the 1927 film Metropolis and convinced Anthony Daniels to take the part of C-3PO, so it would have been a different role without him. This is actually the first concept art designed by McQuarrie for Star Wars. He was also responsible for early designs of Chewbacca, R2-D2, Cloud City, Yavin 4, amongst other Star Wars locations and characters. And Lucas liked McQuarrie's illustrations so much that he made sure they were almost exactly reproduced shot for shot during filming. Lucas even said, "When words could not convey my ideas, I could always point to one of Ralph's fabulous illustrations and say, do it like this." And I think this mod really captures that, really captures the feel of the concept art. Using the light blue sword, Saber as Vader also feels very retro, and in combat, Vader feels terrifying. I love how differently he moves to all other heroes in the game. This isn't different with the mod, but it feels amazing. He walks slow, buff, his force choke is sudden and brutal. I think including this version of Vader as an official skin in the game would be great for acknowledging Star Wars' origins. The details and uniqueness of this skin and design deserve to be recognized, and that's why it's on this list. Okay, next up, number 2 on this list is the original version of Luke Skywalker, also illustrated by Macquarie in his concept art. This mod is also made by Surmi and is based on the original concept art along with other toys, models, collectibles. And this character was originally called Deke Starkiller in the original script for The Star Wars. He wields a yellow-bladed lightsaber, also wider and pointier than your standard blade. You might have also noticed that the hilt of this lightsaber is the same hilt as Vader's. Both hilts in the original concept art also look extremely similar. I think this character looks and feels very 60s, 70s sci-fi, and I'm glad they didn't go with this design for Luke Skywalker in the end. Even though he looks cool, he's kind of ridiculous. Purple goggles, a scuba diving mask which attaches to his backpack. Oh, sorry, that's my lunchtime. Sorry, just gonna make myself something. I'll be back in a sec. This is my lunch today. The guys at Vite Ramen contacted me a couple months ago because they like my Battlefront videos. They're Star Wars fans, which I thought was really cool. They make these packet ramens, which are kind of different to having regular ramen or instant noodles because they're more nutritious. It's made by twins. Tim worked as a chef and Tom's a nutritionist. They sent me some packs of ramen and I said if I liked it, I'd put it in a few videos. And I do, especially the vegan flavor, which is this one here. It's really tasty. I usually add some frozen veggies and cashews to mix it up a bit, but it's still great on its own and only takes around 5 minutes to make, super fast, which is something I always think about when it comes to making food. Anyone could do this. Now, just a heads up, Vite Ramen is a little more expensive than just your regular supermarket ramen, but the servings are larger and it's also made in the US, and each pack is a full meal, so I think it's definitely worth it. Really cool company, and they're Star Wars fans, so if you want to try some of the ramen, go click the link in the description and you can use the code BOMBASTIC to get 10% off at the checkout. And if you go join my special mailing list, you can get stuff like free spoons and chopsticks and be sent special offers. There's details to all that in the description. And thanks to Vite Ramen for sponsoring this video and my lunch today. All right, let me just get back to my desk now that I finished my lunch. And thanks for waiting. That was a nice meal. Okay, so Luke or Deke also wears rather tight clothing, spandex perhaps, but I found using this mod during gameplay is incredible, especially on darker maps. I was messing around with these mods in arcade mode and thought the breathing mask really suited the gassy environment on Kessel and also the Mos Eisley map. You guys probably know this, but this map has both a daytime and nighttime version. The game randomly switches between the two each time you load in, so if you spawn in and want the other version, just reload arcade mode until you get the other time of day. The yellow lightsaber looks absolutely gorgeous against the dark blue night sky of Tatooine. You really need to try this. And by the way, I'll leave the links to the mods in the description as well. And this isn't the first time this skin has been playable in a video game. You could also unlock Deke Starkiller with the Force Unleashed 2 Collector's Edition. He obviously has Starkiller's double blades, but it's cool they put this in the game, seeing as though both characters are named Starkiller. But honestly, the Battlefront 2 version looks much better. Again, huge credit to the modder for bringing these characters to life. Loving it. Okay, now it's time for my #1 all-time mod ever made for Battlefront 2. This is a mod I found so unique and is something I've been waiting for a long time. You ready for this? Jabba the Hutt. Yes, this is a real playable model of Jabba the Hutt for Battlefront 2. The mod was made by Devastator35 as an April Fool's joke, and that's why it's low res. It's something that's done just kind of quickly. But honestly, all jokes aside, this is easily my favorite mod ever made for Battlefront 2. If you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you'll know there are 3 characters I want to see made playable in Star Wars Battlefront. One is Jar Jar Binks, one is the Sarlacc Pit, and one is Jabba the Hutt. One of my 3 dreams has come true. Finally, I can sit in Jabba's spot in Jabba's palace, have a good laugh, smoke a hookah pipe, watch people fall down my trapdoor. Oops. Wait, who killed my Rancor?
What? Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to death.
Yes, you can become a Jabba the Hutt Sith Lord. Personally, I think Jabba goes really well with Maul's double-bladed lightsaber. This mod replaces most heroes in the game with Jabba. It's basically just an overlay that sits around each hero, like they're wearing a Jabba costume. But again, credit to the modder. Thank you for making this, man. Awesome, love it. Dream come true. I can't wait for the future of Battlefront 2 modding because I know there's lots more still on the way. The modding community is strong, and if you're interested in getting involved with them or playing some of the mods yourself, I'd recommend joining their Discord community. They post new mods on there all the time. And while you're at it, go join my Discord server as well. Thanks to everyone who sent me the Rey Skywalker memes on there the other day. I think this one is probably my favorite. Who are you? I'm Rey. Rey who? Pod Racer. Oh man, I'm a child. Links to Discords in the description. And please let me know your top 3 all-time favorite Battlefront 2 mods, or what mods you want to see made for Battlefront 2 in the future. Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.